I'm on the moon. It's made of cheese.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from in this beautiful world? It is a Christmas week for us all. We're doing an open table again, as always, and hopefully my panel here has some good mixes. See if they pair up. But I want to introduce to you, if you have not met them already, East Coast LQ Reviews. Cheers.
Cheers.
And Bumpy Road Brews. Cheers, man.
Cheerios.
All right. And cheers to the chatters when y'all pop on in, if you do. So let's go ahead and get this started with Tanner.
All right. Now, I was gonna do this pale ale, Patriot Pale Ale. But I kind of wanted to do something a little bit more Christmassy. So I do have from Proclamation. It's actually a pretty cool beer. Winter is Warmer. So it's a winter warmer ale with cherry, maple syrup, cinnamon, and vanilla. Now, I did have this on draft, and it was pretty good. I haven't had the canned version, at least that I know of. I don't think I have. It says Squatch Love. I don't know why. Canned 10, 18? I think that's 18, 10, 18, 2022. So, yeah, kind of getting into the Christmas theme. I figured, let's do a little bit more of a Christmassy style beer. And then I got this. This just recently showed up. Old World Cheddar by Sartori. Aged and sharp. They had a couple of different ones. This one was in a blue package. I think the other one was in a red package and like a green one. It's a robust cheddar inspired by European tradition. Proudly cheese, Wisconsin. Anything else on here? Contains milk, it says. The Sartori family is dedicated to making the best cheese in the world. We thank our great dairy farming families in Wisconsin for sharing their premium milk with our expert cheesemakers since 1939. And it does say international award-winning cheese, so that's cool right in this corner. The camera's not going to pick it up.
Nice.
But, I probably should have had this open now that I think about it.
Some good cheeses there, man. Good
stuff.
Sorry,
hold on. I'm not prepared, apparently.
You're all right.
I'm not going to cut it right now. I'll just show you kind of what it looks like.
There's Miscellaneous.
Sarah's running late.
You're all right.
Kind of oily. White cheese, white cheddar. I'll cut that up after. And, let me pour the beer up. Wow, I'm all over the place tonight. Not really the right glassware, but whatever. We'll use it. Let's put that pale ale in this. So. All right. That is kind of muddy looking. It's like I'd say dark amber, kind of going towards like brown. Lots of sediment floaties in there. It's not personally it's not very eye appealing. Very murky at the top, and then kind of a little bit more clarity at the bottom. I don't know if that's just this glassware that's doing that. But then it's got this off-white kind of going towards khaki colored, like frothy, kind of creamy looking head on top. Different size bubbles. Looks pretty good. It's got a pretty good looking head. Starting to create like a little bit of like a lacing on the glass. But I don't know if you guys can see those floaties in there. Oh my, I gotta invest in a new webcam. But yeah, there's a lot of sediment in there. And I'm gonna cut this cheese up. So cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Tanner.
Cheers.
Right. And we got Mr. Bumpy Road Brews. Cheers.
All right. So I just had a discussion with the wife because I had to figure out because we're going shopping tomorrow. So she has to work. So
Oh, you're in charge?
pretty sure I won't be making it to the 6 o'clock show. So I did a beer swap from what I was going to do to what I was going to bring tomorrow. But anyways, the cheese I'm bringing is from Kindred Creamery, and it is a ghost pepper Colby Jack cheese. It looks like this. Very nice. There's flakes of pepper in there too. Give it some nice little slices. Colby Jack looks pretty, but it's usually pretty bland. So the ghost pepper hopefully adds some niceness to it. The beer that I was going to bring tomorrow, because I couldn't really find any other Christmassy beers I'd want to do for tomorrow, and I had this one, and it was given to me from FLX Beer Reviews. But I'll do it today because, like I said, I'm probably not going to make tomorrow's show just because of time restraints. But this one's from the Big Ditch Brewing Company out of Buffalo, New York. It's called Kringle Juice. Nice wrapper. It comes in at a whopping 7% ABV, and it is an IPA. Ho, ho, ho. At the end of a long night of delivering presents, we imagine that Santa has had enough milk and cookies and instead loves to settle with a juicy and delicious IPA. Kringle Juice features an initial blast of, it tells me all the flavor notes. Let's not go there. I thought it was just going to tell me some hops or something maybe, or just a story. But let's open it up. This is from October 18th.
I don't know about you, but I don't want drunk Santa coming through my chimney.
What if he's got beer?
All right. Sure.
I'll have a beer with him, I guess.
Yeah. There we go. So, Alex's favorite brewing company's glass. Head on this, very tight-knit, white, frothy-esque head. And I thought this was going to be more of a standard IPA, but it is very hazy. It's got that milky orange and opaque. Nice.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Those are good.
Very nice.
It's got some decent aromas too, so nice.
All
Cheers.
right. Merry Christmas and cheers. All right. So we got, thank you, Bumpy. Miscellaneous is next.
Cheers, guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you off the cheese first. This is a company I've never had before. Fiscalini. It's a cranberry habanero cheddar. They are. Let me see where they're out of. It says Real California Milk. Where the hell are you from? Modesto, California. It is a very dry, crumbly cheese. It's got these like pink veins and everything all through it. It's not what I was expecting when I opened it, but it looks like a good cheddar. It's a little bit crumbly. So we'll see. New product in my area. Yeah. And for the beer, I've got something here out of, where is this company? Portland, Oregon. This is from Wayfinder. This is their Funeral Bock. Scores very high and has well regards in the Bock category. I think it's number 1 or number 2. And I think in the world, 7%. Not too much information on there. Can date there is 10/21/22, and it's got something about somebody at the company. I'm not gonna bring that up. It's funny, but it's not.
They do I saw the other day at one of the actually at Walmart. They do a Purple Moon cheddar. That company you got, Fiscalini. It's cheddar aged in soaked in Cabernet Sauvignon wine barrel. Looks pretty good. Right.
want a little hard on the pour.
It's
Got
good.
2-finger off color head. I'd say it's more on the khaki side. Dark opaque beer. Definitely a dark amber color. Mahogany. It's lighter than ruby. But looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
And the overflow, yeah, I had to get. I couldn't spill it.
Is that hot there, Bumpy?
All right. What?
Yeah, boy.
Thanks, Miscellaneous. Cheers, man. All right. Here we go. Man, my cheese stinks really bad. It's very, woo! Smells like peppery bacon. Very umami. All right, so what I brought today is a Vermont creamery goat cheese, and it's a honey truffle goat cheese. Something I saw I'd never had. It has little specks of truffles inside of it, but it's really like peppery and garlicky. It's, woo. And since that's the case, this has no date, and I'm scared. It's an IPA. It's a double IPA from Great Notions called Star Sour. And it's a double 8.3. The guys are out of Portland, if you did not know. And there's got a pink dot.
Hey, man, is it around the ring in the can? I think that's where Great Notion sometimes puts them, like around, like right here.
Oh, you're awesome. Oh, my God. This is so old. 421, dude. Nope, I'm not doing that one.
I saved you.
You saved me. Thank you.
I remember that because I was like, that is a bad spot because then you wipe it off with your hand when you open it.
It wiped off with my hand, too. Yep. All right, so we're going to go with this one. It's a stout, a tiramisu stout called Sedna from Ecliptic. It's 9 point something. 9. These guys are also out of Portland. No, 8.5. Okay. So, vanilla chocolate coffee is what they say they have in here as adjuncts. So, let's see. 11, 9, 20. God damn, this guy has old shit. What the hell's wrong with that company? At least it's a stout. So that's cool. Oh, it's pouring a nice reddish brown. Nice khaki head. I had the perfect glass for it, so that works. All right, 2-finger-ish. Opaque, can't see through. Dark brown. Poured a light brown, though. Kind of a lightish dark. Medium brown. Smell real quick. Yeah, it smells good. It smells decent. So we'll see how these work. Hopefully they work out. All right, let's get back to Tanner. Thank you again, Tanner. Jeez, I'm glad I saw that.
Yeah, no problem.
All
right. I'll start with the beer. Winter is warmer. I know Miscellaneous probably didn't see it. Ale with cherry, maple syrup, cinnamon, and vanilla. Well, it's winter warmer ale. Nose? It's actually if you have like a sweet tooth and you want something. It smells super sweet. There's lots of maple syrup and chocolate. It's a lot of maple syrup and chocolate though. Like the cherry note isn't really super prominent. There's a little bit of that cherry, but they're using cinnamon. And I will say that if there is cinnamon in this, I'm sure there is. They didn't put a lot of it, which is good. Because I like when companies use like a little bit of spice. When things are overly spiced, it's almost an immediate turn off for me. Usually, I don't enjoy things that have too much spices. Kind of like the beer I had yesterday was all right, but it was definitely too spicy. This one smells like it's got just like a little bit of it. Not really getting much of the vanilla, but like I said, it's more maple syrup. There's like a little bit of like a roasty coffee note, and then you get that chocolate. It's more of like a milk chocolate though. There's actually a big breadiness as well. Slightly grassy floral, But overall, yeah, it smells really good. I didn't even say the ABV. It's 7.8%. So it's a good ABV. Definitely not noticeable on the nose. Let's dive in. Cheers, guys.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's really good. It's not overly sweet, but it does have a good amount of sweetness. You get a good combo of like maple syrup, vanilla, cherries kind of in the back end. You know who would actually really like this? I think Alex would like this because the cherry's there, but it's not like that medicinal cough syrup kind of cherry. It's super creamy on the mouthfeel. There's a little bit of that cinnamon, but if you just drank this and I just kind of poured it in the glass and gave it to you, I don't think you would be able to pick up cinnamon. But because I know that it's in there, there's a little bit of that cinnamon on the back end, like a slight astringency, a little bit of like a floral, like grassy kind of earthy finish. It's not necessarily bitter. I don't think it's bitter at all. I think the maple syrup and the vanilla do a good job kind of balancing out with the slightly floral aspect of it. I'd say it's medium to full bodied. Carbonation, a little bit on the lighter side, light to medium carbonation. Yeah, it's pretty good. 7.8%, not noticeable at all. Yeah, let's try the cheese. I have the Old World Sartori cheddar. Put some stuff over here. Cut up some slices. It's kind of hard to cut, but it is very crumbly, and like I said, it was kind of oily. Looks pretty good though. Nose on the cheese. It's definitely a pungent cheese. It's got a little bit of a slight cheddar funk, salty, buttery. It's actually got a good amount of like a tangy, sour aspect to it. Yeah, smells pretty good. They don't actually say how long it was aged for, but it says a robust cheddar inspired by European tradition. So smells solid, nothing offensive. Like I said, it's a little bit more pungent than your standard cheese. $7 for a 7-ounce block. Let's try it out. Cheezers.
Cheezers.
Cheers.
Right.
Cheers. Cheezers.
Cheese.
That's pretty solid. Very buttery. Buttery, not overly salty. It's got a good amount of flavor, but it's not as pungent in the flavor as it is in the aroma. It definitely has a stronger aroma. Good balance of dry / creamy. A little bit more on the dry side. Yeah, it's got a really good finish to it. Mildly sharp. It's a solid cheese. I like it. It doesn't have any like flavor crystals or anything in it, but it's pretty good. I definitely will say it's very well balanced. You can kind of tell you're eating a little bit more of a higher quality cheddar. Let's try it out with the beer. Let's see if anything changes. Cheezers.
Cheezers.
Again.
Dogs, you don't want this cheese.
Holy maple syrup. Well, that was really good. It's kind of got like a it turns it into like some type of kind of cakey dessert where like the maple syrup works really well with the buttery, milky aspect of it. The cherry actually comes out more. The vanilla is more noticeable. Yeah. That totally ramps up the flavor of the beer. The beer on its own is pretty good. When you have it with the cheese, all the sweet flavors definitely stand out. If you got, like I said, if you had a sweet tooth and did this pairing, you'd probably really enjoy it. Yeah, they're using a good amount of adjuncts in this. Definitely not lacking. At least as far as what you would want them to add, like the low amount of cinnamon is definitely enjoyable for me. Like I said, I don't like when it's too spicy. And yeah, it's good pairing. We'll do it the other way really quick. We'll do beer and then cheese. See if anything's different.
Jesus.
Oh, you dropped some.
I'm dropping chunks.
No.
For the red.
Shame on you.
Kind of enhances the floral grassiness of the beer. It makes the cheese a little bit drier. Definitely like it the other way around. Yeah, this pairing actually worked really well. I was just gonna do a pale ale, but yeah, try a winter warmer with a cheddar. I have some scores next time around. Cheers.
That's never been tried. Cheers. Thanks, Tanner. All right, Bumpy, you ready?
I'm ready, I think.
It's spicy, yeah.
The cheese is hot. Doesn't kill you hot, but it kills your palate hot. It's ghost pepper. It sneaks up on you. So I had some water, and I still have some heat on my palate, but I'm going to try to taste the beer. All right. Some aromas. It definitely has a citrus forward nose, kind of like orange juice, a little bit tangerine like. There's a sweetness also. Say a little bit of mango, but then there's like almost a caramel, maltiness. All right, that's what I'm going with. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Yeah, it's like a medium body. It's got slight softness to it. Carbonation's kind of on the lower side. It's citrusy, a little bit tangerine-like. There is that kind of like mango. It's got this like sweet maltiness to it. It mixes with the mango. So I'm not even sure if it's mango or if it's just the malt coming through with like this just sweetness. It's like it's almost got like a caramel like type thing going. Like caramel and bread. Bitterness on this one is, I'd say it's on the lower side. It's not like really that bitter. There is a bitterness. It kind of hits at the finish, but yeah, it just seems to be like citrusy, like rindy, pithy bitterness. Yeah, it tastes kind of like a standard hazy IPA you might find from some really big brewing company that like Sam Adams that's trying to put out something that's hip. Yeah. Now let me just read the can real quick and see what they say about the tasting notes. Features an initial blast of orange and tangerine in the aroma that blends with flavors of pear and kiwi over a silky smooth mouthfeel. This beer pairs extremely well with caroling, mistletoe, and good tidings. Yeah, so I got the tangerine and the citrus, right? Anyways, so it doesn't say that it pairs very well with ghost pepper, Kobe Jack cheese. The aromas on the cheese. I smell more of my finger than the cheese. There's not a lot going for it. All right.
Jesus, man.
Jesus. Yeah, so you're getting
Spicy.
kind of buttery creaminess of the cheese. It's very buttery and creamy. And then and you get the ghost pepper. It starts sneaking up. And it just kind of builds and builds. And you're just left with this lingering heat. That even when you drink stuff, it just amplifies it. So here's a real big piece kind of cut from the center because I was eating the edge pieces. Let's check this one out.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this was.
Big one.
It does have a weird smell to it. I can't describe it. It's kind of it's not that pleasant of a smell.
That smelly smell.
I'm hot, and I'm letting you know that it's.
Ooh, that smell.
Dirty socks. I think it's got a little bit of a footiness to it.
It's different for
Yeah,
Jack cheese.
it is. I'm not sure if that's the pepper, maybe. Anyways, here we go.
Cheesers.
That's a big ass piece.
Wow.
You get lit up, dude. And the capsaicin is gonna amplify the alcohol.
Hot cheesers.
It's gonna be springy and
Mm.
alcohol.
Oh, yeah. And there's crunchy bits in here, and that's the pepper.
Seeds and shit.
It sounds
They're
good.
bringing the noise.
All right. So I feel the heat kind of rising. I feel like I'm getting sweaty around my brows, my temples, above my cheekbones, around my nose.
You're glowing.
And
Godspeed.
I got the burn on the very upper part of my throat. Kind of where your dangly would hang. little spice burn there. All right.
Your uvula.
Angry with Jesus.
Yeah, so I get the creaminess,
That's what it's called.
kind of caramel. Just caramel sweet, basically. Bready caramel sweet. And yeah, then it just amplifies. It just amplifies the heat from the cheese.
Alcohol and Scoville do not work.
Yeah, it's almost like doing coffee with hot stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, it definitely pushes it up on the heat factor with adding beer to it. All right. God, I feel it in my gut. Man, hope that my acid reflux pills work today. All right, cheers.
Godspeed, bro.
Cheers.
Mm.
He's a sucker for pain.
No, I'd say it's better drinking the beer first than eating the cheese. Because you're not getting much out of the beer besides just the sweetness, and then the heat just gets amplified. And of course, eating more. And there's no flavor from the. There's no flavor from the ghost pepper, so it's just hot for being just to be hot. Yeah, so this cheese it hardly has flavor.
It's just a way to transport the ghost peppers to your palate. No,
Tongue's not too red. That's good. Okay.
ouch.
Good. Yeah. Nostrils starting to drip. It's definitely not the hottest thing in the world, but it's if you're just trying to enjoy some cheese, I don't think it's that pleasant.
I want that cheese.
Oh yeah, try it. It definitely brings some heat to it. A lot hotter than the packy. If you get the ghost pepper packy chips, the big pack. Not talking about the deck
Yeah.
chip, but it's hotter. It's hotter than those. Because you're getting bits of ghost pepper.
I wonder if like a meaty like stout or meaty sweet like a dessert stout might actually rub that down a bit. You think? Like
Yeah, this is a stout or something. Yeah, it would definitely something with a thicker body and
Maybe my beer with the maple syrup.
richer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Take care of that tongue. Thanks, Bumpy. Cheers.
yeah.
All
Cheers.
right. On to miscellaneous.
I feel sorry for your butthole.
Yeah.
So yeah, funeral bra from Wayfinder. Like I said, highly regarded Bach beer, apparently on Beer Advocate and Untapped. Still rocking some head, a little bit there. Effervescence still kicking. Aromas. It's got a nice dark brown, toasty malt base to it. It's really toasty. It's almost, it would be too much to say that it's smoky. It's like right on the cusp of that. Chocolate, brown bread, mild chocolate. I wouldn't say I'd like semi-sweet or Baker's. Very bready. I will say this on the crack in the first pour reminded me aroma-wise of some of the German Bucks that I've had. Darker beers had that water profile kick on the nose, but that's gone away. Smells good. Roasty, toasty, robust beer. Let's drink it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Cheers, miss.
Cheers, man.
Big time roasty. Roasty, slightly smoky, big time brown bread. Slight malty sweetness to round off with the finish, which is drying, but not over the top. There's a bitter aspect. Floral is not the right word. It's not quite grassy either. There's a nice hop presence. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it does round out very well. I mean, drinkable product for sure. Very, very good beer. I haven't had a Bach in a while. Good beer. All right. So moving on to the cheese, this Fiscalini habanero. It's a crumbly dry, and if you can see that in the cut there, it's not like one solid mass. It's what I've deduced from looking at it. Like I said, it's got a weird off gray kind of color, pink veins. It's got cranberry. You can see the cranberry next to the habanero. The habanero is the orange, and then you got cranberry in there. Doesn't specify whether it's sweet cranberry or not on the nose. Not a lot going on. It almost smells like mayo, which is weird. Oil. It's honestly a pretty bland smelling cheese for a cheddar. Like, I mean, a slight salinity, maybe a mild, slight sweet, tangy type of thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and try it out. It's still pretty firm, dry, crackly cheese.
Yeah. Jesus.
Crumbly, dry, powdery breakdown. This is a sweet, tangy funkiness that you don't get typically from cheddars, and it says that it's cow milk. It's got a slight barnyard, very, very mild, like fresh hay type of deal to it. This, I haven't tasted a cheddar like this. This is very off the cuff and different in the 3 years we've been doing this. It's not overly spicy. I will say that the cranberries aren't overly sweet. I would like to try this base cheddar. I think it would be good by itself. Doesn't have any crunchy bits. Tangy, creamy, dry, powdery mouthfeel. What do we do? Cheese and then beer? Fucking A.
All right.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
There you go. I lost some.
Again.
It has a high pH. It almost gives me like a white, like a red wine vinegar type of kick off of it. Way different. The beer squashed the cheese completely.
Mm.
Yeah. Beer and then cheese. Yeah, there was like really nothing there. Like the beer just fucking ran it over. I'm getting a lot of vinegar notes out of this cheese. I don't know what it is. And it definitely leads more towards red wine vinegar. I wouldn't say the beer accentuates the cheese. Cheers to you, Sheriff Crawford. It doesn't. You get, like, if you have the beer and then the cheese, you're getting more of the cheese flavor. And then if you have the cheese and then the beer runs its slap over. So, I mean, the cheese isn't bad. It's not overly spicy. Very different and unique. Like I said, I haven't had something quite as tangy as this that genuinely has like a red wine vinegar kick, acidic, tangy difference than any cheddar that I've ever had. So, kind of a wash on the pairing, but the beer is very good and this cheese is very unique. It's not spicy if you're on the habanero side or anything like that, like what Bumpy's talking about. Flavorful, mild heat. I wouldn't say anything over your. I think it's weaker than hot sauce, to be honest with you. Like your regular old, like Louisiana or something. I don't. It doesn't have that spicy thing, but the vinegar comes through a lot. I don't know. I like it. It's different for sure. Never had a never had a cheddar like this. So if you see it, check it out. It might be up your alley. It might not. It's fucking totally off the cuff.
All right, man. Thanks for saying. Cheers, man. Wish it was a little hotter. Kind of nice.
Your cheese sounds nice. I wish I had your cheese.
It sounds decent, though. Yeah. Sounds good.
Different.
You farted? Who farted?
I said Bumpy.
Oh, I thought you said you farted. I farted.
No,
I farted.
The good thing about my cheese is I'm definitely not eating anymore. So
Can light a fire with your fart.
This might be better more at like room temperature. It might get spreadable. You know what I mean? Like sometimes where the cheese, like you leave the cheddar out and it gets like buttery almost.
Yeah.
I was late and I pulled it out. It was very cold.
Oh, really?
Hey, thanks, Miscellaneous, brother.
Hey, well, fuck! I didn't show up last week. And I got my beer.
Yeah,
Man. Get some.
exactly, dude. No, it's good
Fuck,
you're here.
nerd.
I'm glad you're here. Thanks, man.
Did you let her know beforehand?
You don't always need discretion.
Oh my god. Interesting how vinegar can come out in a milk product.
Different, weird. Could be pickled habaneros.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that sounds kind of good, actually. Hot, but good. Yeah. So, well, cool,
Cheers.
man. Cheers and cheers and beers and all that shit. Thank you. Beer sounded fucking good. I
That
hope
is
my
good.
shit worked. This shit, yeah. Tommy said pungent. I wouldn't say pungent. Well, kind of pungent. Let's do the beer first. So the beer. So those just coming in. I'm doing Sedna by Ecliptic. It's a tiramisu stout, vanilla, chocolate, and coffee, and it's very pretty looking, very elegant looking, very awesome. Looks nice. If I can just keep it still. Nice lacing on there. It's an 8.5%. Let's go for the nose. Big coffee and baker's chocolate. You get a little slight hint of vanilla in there as well. It does smell. It has a little bit of almost like a cinnamon as well, or something like that. Slight, like very, very slight, or spice wise, or I don't know. It's nice. It's kind of a robust smell with that coffee, and then you got the creamy vanilla, the chocolate, slight bready, little bready thing going on, like yeah, kind of a bready thing or something. Sweet though. It's not super. Not a lot of salinity. No, not a lot of salt. Very sweetness on the nose. Slight saltiness. There's a little bit of salt thing going on, but yeah. I mean, it poured a lighter brown, but it compacted into a nice dark brown, almost like a dark Tootsie Roll kind of color. It looks way black in the screen. Opaque, can't see through it. Thank God I do not have a dirty glass. I cleaned that well, polished you up, didn't I, baby? All right, so let's go ahead and drink this. Cheers.
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 Please be delicious.
Wax on, wax off. You know?
That kind of tastes like tiramisu, sort of. Has kind of a feeling of it. It is very big. It is sweet. It does have a sweet, but it also has a nice bitter balance. Sweet, bitter, kind of salty balance. It is not dessert. Wow, it's not desserty at all. It's not super sweet or anything like that. It's just like totally balanced and right. It's really nice. You do get this, like a lot of the same things I get on the nose, the vanilla, the chocolate, well, mainly the chocolate, more of a baker's chocolate, maybe a semi-sweet chocolate, and then you get like an acrid coffee espresso kind of thing in the back, or all around the tongue, kind of, sort of. It's earthy. It's got that earthy kind of coffee thing going on. Big, more of a bigger coffee thing than anything, but the other two components are great. Plays it well. So. Body is medium body. Mouthfeel is somewhat creamy, but it's also got kind of an acidic, acrid kind of feel, an ashy kind of feel around the tongue. It's drying. In the back, though, you get a kind of a sweet punch in the finish. It's like a dry sweet. You don't get any alcohol. It's very well hidden. Yeah, it's very easy to drink. It's a very drinkable beer. I mean, this thing's been in here forever. Fuck, man. Like fucking 11, 9, 20. This thing is like 2 years
Still
over
good,
2 years
though.
old. It's still good. Yeah. So
It is to them.
praise to them. Cheers to them. Yeah, dude. Praise hallelujah and all that shit. Jesus, we are coming. So yeah, this is good. Let's get into the cheese. So again, those that did not see what I brought that were just coming in, I have a goat cheese that is a honey truffle goat cheese, and it looks like goat cheese. It's messy. It was really sloppy and hard to cut and really goopy and like stuck everywhere. And yeah, so let's get into the smell. Big time pepper and garlic. Huge pepper, garlic, onion. I do not get any honey, not whatsoever. No sweetness in the nose. Truffle wise, I don't think that I think I might be getting a little bit of a musky, earthy kind of tone or something in my nose, like going through. It's like kind of a weird mushroomy kind of thing, or shroomy or earthy. But like that garlic and the onion and it's just like it's so overwhelming. It fills my whole room. Small room, but still it fills it with that smell. So it's the tubes. Whoops. It's the tubes. Good thing I have this here. It's so soft, kind of just real soft and gooey and that. But let's go ahead and taste it. Cheers. Cheers. Oh shit, that's sweet. Oh my god, that surprised me. There's the honey. But it's also followed with a nice garlic and an earthy kind of, I guess, pungent. Yeah, a little bit of pungent earthiness, followed up with that real sweet, very sweet honey in this. It's packed with honey, and you don't get it in the nose. In the nose, I'm from Canada, Paul. No, but it's really good, man. This is really good. It does have a little bit of a pepper bite too. There's like a slight pepper heat, garlic heat, but nothing like the ghost pepper or anything like that. But let's go ahead and have this before the beer. See what happens. I have a feeling this might work because that sweetness and that goat cheese, that farmy kind of goat cheese, I really like that. I really like that goat cheese. It's so good. Oh, that garlic's really coming through.
That's crazy that they paired truffle with something like a sweet cheese, because that shit's like super umami.
Very umami cheese, and that sweetness, like really. This is interesting. It brought the vanilla out more in the beer. The vanilla starts to pop through more. The chocolate starts to get more profound. The espresso kind of minimizes and goes. It's not so sharp anymore. It's not so acrid and ashy and all that. But boy, is that good. It becomes more creamy. Do I have some? I had some in my.
You did.
Yeah. Let's get a good mush.
Cheesers.
The cheese wraps into that. It goes like full drive into that freaking vanilla and that chocolate, and then you get the espresso coming around the edge. It's like you still get that coffee. You still get the coffee thing coming around, but it's not as bad. It's not as acidic and earthy. It's more like sweet, well-rounded. It kind of goes into it. You can kind of taste the tiramisu a little more. And then you get like that earthy kind of like mushroomy, truffly kind of weirdness. It's really crazy. The honey is really nice with this beer too. I think that works well with the vanilla. It really, I don't know, and the chocolate, the vanilla chocolate and that honey. Really, this was a perfect beer to mix with this. I'm glad I used this one instead of that old ass fucking IPA, which I'm gonna have to drink afterwards with you guys and see how old it really is. But really, really good, man. I'm impressed.
Take it back.
Yeah, screw it.
Go embarrass him and take it back.
I gotta tell him something though. Jeez. This guy knows a lot of stuff about beer too, and I don't know why he's trying to sell this old shit. So maybe he doesn't know that much about beer. At least IPAs and hoppy beers. All right, so that's it. Let's get back to I'm going to say real quick. There was a little bit of an umami kind of thing. You're talking about that meaty, umami-ish, savory kind of thing. That really came
Mushroom,
through.
savory,
Yeah,
earthy,
really
yeah.
nice, really nice. So I get out of here, you little shits. Tiramisu's. All right, let's get back to.
Oh, damn those ex-girls.
I know they love
Keep
us
trying.
so much. Tanner, here you go, buddy. It is all you. Let's get our last thoughts. Rod J, cheers, man.
Cheers, Rod J.
Right on, man.
All right. So I guess I'll talk about the beer first. The beer is really good. It's definitely more maple syrup forward. If you're not a big fan of like sweetness and beers, you might not enjoy this. Personally, I think it's really good. There's a good combination of, like I said, it's like maple syrup, chocolate, vanilla, roasty, slight roasty coffee. The cherry is not super prominent. If you are looking forward to this being like cherry forward on the palate, you might be a little disappointed. I kind of like that it's kind of hidden in the background and it adds to like just the overall flavor, and it's not super prominent and up front and in your face. The cinnamon, like I said before, the cinnamon, when you use cinnamon, you could either use way too much cinnamon or not enough cinnamon. I think they used a good amount that really complements the beer and it doesn't add any off flavors. Like I had one with cinnamon on someone's live stream the other day, and it literally tasted like I had like cinnamon dust collecting on in my throat, and it was just terrible. It was awful.
Oh, what is that? Southern Tier, 2 times.
Yeah.
Xmas.
That 2 times spiced one. Yeah. Oh my God, that was so bad. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely a sweet one. It's personally, I don't think it's cloying. I think it's just a sipper. It's one that you're gonna kind of sit on for a little bit because of the sweetness, but you can keep going back to it, and it's very enjoyable. 7.8% alcohol by volume, definitely well hidden. Nothing offensive, off. A lot of these winter warmers tend to be one of the beers that you could easily mess up, and they could easily be offensive considering the adjuncts that they are using. Like the cherry's very hard to use. Sometimes you get that medicinal. Maple syrup could be overly cloying. Cinnamon could be too spicy. So I think overall they did a really good job with this. This beer deserves like specifically for style, I'd give it like a 95. I think they did a really good
Does it
job.
have spruce tips in it?
No.
It's not a winter warmer, huh?
Oh, well, I don't know. That's what they're calling it. Maybe it does. Winter warmer ale with cherry, maple syrup, cinnamon, and vanilla.
Right? It's supposed to use spruce tips and like botanicals in the winter warmer. Pine botanicals.
I'm not too sure.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Don't quote me, but
I'm not too familiar with the style, but
Seasonings, if anything, spices. I mean, not seasonings. Yeah, definitely. Sorry.
compared to what I've tried, like I said, I'm not too familiar with the style. I don't know the exact what it needs to be considered a winter warmer. But what I've tried before in the past, it tastes a lot better than a lot of the stuff that I've had. Yeah, I'm gonna 95.
Nice, man. That's a good
Yeah,
score.
it's really good. Like I said, if you know someone who has like a sweet tooth and you handed them this, I think they would love it. Especially if it's like Christmas time, you're kind of just hanging out. It's got a good ABV to it. You know, you can sip on it for a little bit. You know, you grab a 4-pack, you could give a can to whoever, go to a Christmas party or something. It's a perfect beer for something like that. The Old World Cheddar, it's pretty good. Like I said, you can tell you're tasting a quality cheddar. I kind of base it off of how much of it I can actually eat. I ate about half the block. It was pretty good. It's not like super mind blowing like some of these like reserve cheddars that you have that you can get, but it's definitely solid. I give the cheese like I'll give it a 92. I definitely think it's worth trying, worth checking out. And as far as the pairing was actually really good. I'll give the pairing like a. I'll go right in the middle. Maybe like nah. Actually, I want to go. I kind of want to go high on the score on this. I'm gonna go 97. I'm just gonna call it what first came to mind. Like I said, it kind of turned it into like this dessert type of flavor, and it just worked really well with the beer. Like I said, it kind of enhanced the sweetness in the beer. So to some people, it might be a little cloying, but personally, it created some type of like dessert kind of pastry flavor, and I really liked it. So yeah, 97, definitely one of the best pairings that I've had, and it was just kind of random. Like I said, I was gonna do the pale ale, but then I remembered, I wanted to do something a little bit more on the Christmassy side for the beer and cheese. So worked out. So
Cool.
yeah. Cheers.
That sounds like it. Cheers, man.
Yeah, it was really good. Especially considering these winter warmers, like I said, a lot of them are hit or miss.
Nice.
When they're using all those adjuncts, and then specifically the adjuncts they're using tend to be easily messed up.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers, Tanner. All right, thank you, man. All right, we got Bumpy in his dog spot.
Sadie.
Sandy, Sydney,
Sadie.
Sadie.
Sadie. Yeah.
Sydney.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Dude.
So let's start with the cheese. For what the cheese was, I mean, they were definitely they nailed the ghost pepper in it, for sure. So if you want something that's hot, just for being hot, right? Right, then it's a cheese to definitely try. My own personal feelings on the cheese. I think it was a good Colby Jack. Ooh. And then it just didn't blend well for me. It was just too much. It was just too much heat, and but I'm still gonna say it's a good cheese. I'm gonna give it a 40 out of 50 on my 50-point scale. So, I mean, I was when I purchased it, I didn't think that it was gonna be that spicy, but definitely is. I just wish there was something else that they put in there that had more flavor. And that I did end up tasting the ghost pepper in the cheese too. And that was that weird funky smell because it kind of had a similar taste. It's almost like this kind of like smoky pepper, like not quite paprika smoky, but just kind of, you're sliding off. You got to get down. Whoa.
Right.
All right, she made it. She's fine. The beer was it was okay. Like I said, it's kind of like a store, like what you find like Sam Adams doing. They're very hazy or something, It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was all right. So I'm going to score the beer, which was the Big Ditch Kringle Juice.
Big ditch. Sorry.
Big Ditch. I'm gonna score that at a 36 out of 50, which is gonna land in the bottom range of good. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of like an atypical. We made a We made a beer. The pairing, no, did not work. Not one bit. So Sadie wants to go out now.
See ya.
See ya. Cheers. Oh, what I'm drinking right now too. Never had a West Small before.
Oh, you never had that?
I've
Yeah,
seen
we just
that.
got West-
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
Maybe
got
not
West
that
Small. So
particular one, but Trappist.
Trappist Extra.
Awesome.
This is good. This is a really good beer. I like this. It's got good flavor
Yeah.
for only 4.8% ABV.
Yeah,
Not bad.
definitely.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mr. Bumpy. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And on to Miscellaneous.
So I'm going to start with the cheese and score that. This Fiscalini cranberry habanero. If you're not into spicy cheese, this shit's perfect for you. Very mild heat. Absolute fucking polar opposite of what I thought I was going to be getting into. Like I said, it had more of a grayish pink hue to it. Bit more on the veiny side for a cheddar cheese that you typically see. Red wine vinegar. I don't know. That was what I was picking up a lot out of that cheese. Very, very specifically, very tangy, rich, dry, powdery, envelops the palate. If you see it, I would say pick it up. I could see this being for some people, and I could see it turning people off completely. I actually enjoyed it. It was a nice kick in the palate and something different. So that being said, score the cheese at a 92. It's pretty good for what it is. If it had some spicy, would have got a way better score. But when you, I thought it was more of like a Christmassy type of cheese. You know, cranberries are always out in the holiday season. Habaneros, why not? And then cheddar cheese. Unique, like I said, 92. This funeral bock, though, from Wayfinder out of Portland, Oregon, I really like it. It generally, if somebody poured this for you, like fresh off the tap, and you smelled it and you drank it, I definitely don't think you would say this is American made right off the get go. The nose does settle. Like I said, I think they did a good job with the water profile with it. It definitely comes off more of the style, traditional style bock. Roasty, toasty, slightly sweet with the herb. It's not even herbal. I don't even know how to describe it. There's a hop presence, and it's not bitter, but it's well rounded. Fantastic product. I haven't had a lot of box recently. That being said, I mean, this could be a beer that could be for some people, and some people might not like so much. Just the roasty is very close. It's not burnt. It's just got a really good robust roast to it. And if you're not into it, I could see being like, this beer's not for me. It could be smoky or whatever for you. Me personally, I'm going to score it out of 95 out of 100. It's a very, very good beer. I haven't had a lot of box recently, so I feel comfortable saying that. I mean, this is a very, very good beer. And what I say? What's the ABV on this? 7? It's on here fucking somewhere. Yeah, 7%, not boozy. Drinkability's great. Honestly, solid beer. Solid Bock, German style over the pond type of beer. It's executed well. And I can see why it has such high regards on Untapped and Beer Advocate. So
Those guys are good.
yeah, I think
like
it's the number 1 or number 2 Bock in the world. And I saw it on Tavor, and I was like, fuck it, let's get it. Why not?
I like Wayfinder. They have some good
Yeah.
ones.
That's how I feel. Combination wise, the the beer ran the cheese over, and then beer and then cheese had some slight amplifying notes of the cheese, but nothing super spectacular. I'm going to kind of call it a wash. Um, it, I don't know. Very unique cheese. That being said, actual pairing, I'd probably put it at like an 83. I don't think it really works together. I don't know. Just kind of clashed. I was trying something different, off the cuff, and sometimes it happens. But honestly, and I would say try both these products. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna quit rambling. Cheers.
Cheers, Miscellaneous. Thank you,
Cheers.
man.
Cheers, bro.
Cool. All right. Well, let's go over the beer. Beer is it's got kind of a reddish hue to it. That's weird. I like it. It's good. Good stuff. Even as old as it is, it's still held its flavors and everything good in the can. No oxidation, nothing wrong, no off flavors, just a very good beer to even age and enjoy 2 years later. So I really am getting a big bite of tiramisu now. As it warms up, I'm starting to get that feeling like I'm having a tiramisu. And I do like tiramisu. I think it's a really good dessert to drink with or to eat with your coffee or whatever the hell. Good stuff. So this is a very good beer. Sedna. I'm going to give it a 94 out of 100. I think it's delicious, and I'll get it again. Definitely if I can find it. The cheese, like straight up hardcore earthy umami sweet honey, like crazy, like so many different like flavors inside of that, packed inside, just like whoa. And that sweet honey just really kicked me over when I tasted it. The smell, the aromatics weren't as good. Then you taste it and it's just like popping, man. So that sweetness worked really well with that umami-ish like thing. The meaty, the peppers, the garlic, the oniony kind of thing going on. That earthy kind of truffly kind of shit. Very nice. I'm going to give that like a freaking 96 out of 100. I'll go 96. Yeah, probably could go higher, but we're not going to world class it too much. The pairing was amazing. It really brought out the vanilla and chocolate. Cheese before beer for sure. I don't even think I did beer before cheese or whatever, but it's so good. It mixed very well, and it was very delightful. Usually I have fruited sours, that's with this kind of cheese, but to mix it up with a stout or any other kind, even an IPA or like a softer New England, sweeter New England style IPA or something like that would go really well with this. It's really cool to see how goat cheese works with certain things, because you got that funk, you got that kind of earthiness from the goaty milk cheese, and it's just really nice, that lemony kind of grassy, earthy kind of funk. It's just so good, and then that creamy milkiness. It's really nice. But yeah, the mixture, I would say this is like definitely like a 95. I thought it went really well. So if you can find something like a stout or something to go with something like that, that'd be great. I think it would taste good. So it's all in opinions. It's everyone has their own opinions, just like assholes. We all have one. It's just the way it is. So
All of them stink.
yeah. So, but that's it. Let's get our shouts going now. We've ran over an hour. This is perfect with 3 people. I think that's great. So, all right, let's get back to the main panel thing and go like this.
You forgot to count yourself, man.
What did I not do?
You said 30 people.
Oh, four. Yep, four people. Four people. Yes, four people. All right. So let's get Tanner. Go for it, brother.
All right. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So I am working tomorrow, but I'm not working Thursday. So I will do like a Wednesday show. I think it's gonna be like Will It Mix, but if you want, you don't have to bring something that's somewhat Christmas themed to kind of mix together. Maybe do like some type of Christmas whatever. You don't have to if you want to just mix two beers or do whatever kind of mix you can. But yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna try to find something that I can make that's a little bit more on the Christmassy side. I really want to try to make that coquito stuff. I've heard about it. I want to try to make like a alcoholic coquito, which is like the Spanish eggnog. So I'm gonna look into that. Hopefully I can make it. Hopefully it's not too difficult and not too many ingredients. But yeah,
You're Will It mixing it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
do Will It Mix 9 p.m. Eastern time. Whatever you want to bring. If you want, bring something kind of Christmassy themed to mix together. That'd be cool. And then shout outs. Go check out Josh is actually live right now. He's with CBP and I think Drewski's there too. They're just
Wow.
hanging out. So yeah, shout out to Josh. Last beer. He also does beer bowl discussions Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And shout out to FLX Beer Reviews, Dan and Mike. Go check those guys out as well. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, man.
Cheers. You grabbed my two shout outs. I saw that Josh was live. I was going to do the same thing.
All right.
Yeah, so I got 3 videos I'm putting out each week. The pre-recorded ones, and I get a live stream on Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. The show's called New Brew. Just bring a beer that you've never had before. If I didn't drink this, I could have brought this one, but I'm drinking it now. Did I pick up? Yeah. I think I did pick up a beer for next Monday. I hope I did. I usually try to do that. Pick up a beer I've never had before. I think I did today. I'll have to check. But yeah, that's that show. And I'll shout out Mallory and Chew once again. Just great channel to go watch it. The name of the channel itself is called Imperfectly Me Crafts. And yeah, if you're into breweries, if you're into just a fun time where they kind of have been using the green screen type thing and doing like shows and awesome. Other things that they're one of my favorites that they've done so far was it was called The Eye of the Beer Holder. So it was based off the Twilight Zone in the Eye of the Beholder.
I didn't see that. I need to look for that one.
Oh, fantastic! It was funny as hell.
Did you see the spy one? The last one they did or something?
I haven't seen the spy one yet.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have a Christmas one coming up too. But I'm thinking,
yep,
yeah. If they haven't already put it out,
I think they already did. Yeah,
so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun. So yeah, I'll leave it at just that. And cool. Yeah, check them out. Imperfectly Me Crafts.
Nice.
Cheers.
Buddy. Cheers, man.
Cheers, Bob.
Shout out for me. Thursday night beer session at 8. Random person will be on. Tune in. Like I said, 8 o'clock Thursday. Eastern. Yeah, come hang out. We'll review 2 products apiece. I'll bring somebody in from the community or somebody else that I there's going to be some different people coming in as well, which is going to be cool. Other than that, I don't know. I'm sure a bunch of people are going to be doing some Christmas Eve shenanigans. Thinking about doing a beer share. Not sure. Stay tuned later on in the week. So that's 2 shout-outs. And go check out the UK boys, guys. All of them. Craig, Luke, Jacob Beers, Jagman, Hopzine, Harry Blue Nose, all the gang over there, UK boys. They got a good community as well, so go check them out.
Sammy.
That guy.
Man. That guy.
That hippie needs a haircut.
Yes. So do I. All right. Thanks, man. Cheers. So beer and cheese is the same as ever for next week. It's on. So actually, it'll be like a fucking New Year's Eve. No, not yet. Well, sort of. Yeah, it'll be a kind of a New Year's Eve one. So bring something that represents the new year, if you'd like. If not,
Champagne and beers.
Yeah, and cheese. And then tomorrow will be office Christmas party theme. I still need to go look something up for that, and so we'll do something. I gotta get some beers tomorrow, but 6 o'clock for that, and look out for a couple things. I did a brew. I need to put some stuff together, and then I also did a review that I haven't fucking done. I've just been working a lot lately, so I am going to be brewing possibly Thursday morning, like really early, with coffee out and everything. So I won't be getting drunk while I'm brewing, but it may or may not be live. So I'll have to just stay tuned for that one. Ingredients are all coming by tomorrow, so hopefully I'll have everything ready. But I am doing a NEPA. I'm going to try a second attempt on a NEPA and see if I can get it hazy, for fuck's sake. Other than that, I got 2 people, Beer Hounds Beer Reviews, man, just put up something. He put up 4 Point Beer Company, Westphalia Red Ale. Go check that out. And someone I like to watch all the time. He's got 10,500 subscribers, but awesome freaking cool videos. Hops and Gnarly, GNARLY, Hops and Gnarly. Cool video productions, man. He does some good stuff there, so check that out. That's it. That's all I got. You guys rock.
What are you doing?
Thanks, guys, to the panel here. Cheers to East Coast LQ Reviews.
Cheers.
Bumpy Road Brews. Cheers, man.
Cheerios.
Tongue's not bitten off or heated off, or
The West Mountain. This has cooled it down.
And cheers to Miscellaneous Beer Reviews. Good, Bumpy. Cheers, Miscellaneous. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you as always, man. And cheers to the freaking chat, man. We had a great chat today. Hell, I'll go through it. Let's do it. We had Luke John at Beers and Banner. We have Middle Fruit Paul. Cheers, man. God, Commerce Aussie. Hell yeah, West Mall. That is a good beer. Miscellaneous. Hey, we got Angie's Fluid Art. We had Rod J's Beer Ventures. Come on in. Cheers, man. And Cheryl Crawford. Ben H. Never heard of you, but very good to have you here. Very cool. Shark Home Brewing. Cheers to you, brother. I'm scrolling. I'm doing it. Tommy Carroll, cheers to you. And I think that's it. So, thanks a lot for keeping that chat going. You guys take it easy. Let me get to my last outro here. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful world, but not after one fucking sip. Christmas sip. Beer and cheese. Ooh. All right.